Hi guys, welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be making a kiss pleat palazzo pants just like this. For this project, I made use of 2 yards of crepe fabric, but I advise you make use of 2.5 yards or 3 yards of your fabric for a better result. So I've gone ahead to fold my fabric in two with the width of 17 inches each, and I've gone ahead to also mark my starting point and the length of my pants. My full length is 42, and I've gone ahead to add 2 more inches to that for the hemming allowance. And here I'm going to mark my waist to hip, which is 9 inches, and I'm going to add 3 inches to that, which is I'm going to make it 12 inch for my crotch length. So that's what I've marked here right now, and I'm going to come out from this point by 2.5 inches. You can come out by 2.5 inches. If you are a little bit big, you can go ahead and make this 3 inches wide or 3.5, but if you are a medium to small size, 2.5 inches is fine. Then I'm going to go ahead to curve this line. You can use a curve rule, or you can go ahead and do that with your free hand. I tried using a curve rule, it wasn't giving me what I wanted, so I went ahead to curve it properly with my free hand. So after doing this, I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and then proceed to cutting the back piece of this pants. So like I said, I made use of 12 inches of length for my crotch depth, that is the length of my crotch, and I came out by 2.5 inches for my crotch width, that is the wideness of my crotch, 2.5. And I said if you're a little bit big, like you are chubby, you can go ahead and make use of 3 inches and it will give you what you are looking for. So after cutting the front piece, I'm going to go ahead and cut out the back piece. I'm going to place the front piece on the back piece to cut it. So I've gone ahead to fold the back into two, and I've placed the front on it, and I've made a mark. So the difference between the front and the back is at this crotch point, you're going to make sure you have about 3 inches to 2.5 inches. 3 inches is advisable, but I was managing my fabric here, so I went ahead. I made use of 2.5 inches for this. And then up here at this waist point, you're going to make sure you have about 2 inches to 1.5 inches higher for the back. That is the back. Your back crotch is going to be higher than the front by 2 inches or 1.5 inches. Then at this point, you're going to go ahead to mark 2 inches or 1.5 inches or 1 inch. It will still work for whatever result that you are looking for. Like, it's still going to work, but for this pants I made use of 1 inch for this point, at this point, to extend my crotch. Then down at this point I made use of 2 inches because your back pants is going to be wider than your front by 2 inches at this point here, like the legs going down. So that is what I'm doing right here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. I just hope that what I'm saying is clear, and if it's not clear, just look at what I'm doing and you understand what I am trying to say or explain. So here I'm just going to go ahead and blend that my crotch that I extended by 1.5 inches. I'm going to go ahead and blend that to meet the waist side of the front piece. The sides are going to be the same, it's just the back here that is going to be higher. So after doing that, I've gone ahead to join my pants, the front piece here. I've joined it by the crotch and left about 1 inch gap for the joining. So now we're going to go ahead to do the pleating. So to create the kiss pleat, you're going to make use of your nipple to nipple measurements, or you can make use of 8 inches for the wideness between your pleats. So for me, I made use of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 7 inches. So now you're going to divide that 7 inches into 2, and then whatever you have, you're going to give half of it to this side of the pants and half of it to the other side of the front pants as well. After doing that, I'm making a mark. After doing that, make a mark right there. Just make a mark, or you can even notch it. Do the same thing to the other side and also make a mark or notch it. Then you're going to divide your waist measurements. That is, if your waist is 30, you're going to divide it by 2, and then you are going to divide it by 4. So when you divide it by 4, whatever you have, you are going to give one, that is half of an inch of that side to the other side and half to the other side as well. I don't know how I'm going to explain this thing in a way that you understand, but just look at what I'm doing and you know what I'm trying to explain. What I'm saying is this. After making the mark where you want your pleat to be, is the same thing as, okay, maybe that's where you want your dart to be. Then you are going to mark, then you are going to make sure that you have your waist divided by 4 on one side of your front pants, and on the other side you're also going to do the same thing. So now that is the mark that we have notched for the kiss pleats, and we are going to come to this other side and mark our allowance. That is, mark our allowance, that is the zipper allowance or the hemming allowance of the side, and then make a notch there and bring that point to meet this other point right here. After making that mark as well, you're going to pin it down. I went ahead to pin that down, and I'm going to make a mark. Like, I'm going to come down by 1 inch here and also make a mark. I'm going to sew that down just for a more flatter look of the kiss pleat, just for it to stay in place. So I'm going to make that mark here, and I'm going to pin it down, and I'm going to do the same thing to the other side of the pants and the other side of it, and also the back piece as well. So now I'm going to head over to the sewing machine, and I'm going to sew those down, this 1 inch point down, and I'm going to come back for the next step. All right, so after doing that, this is what I have. I've done that. I've gone ahead to do down the back, both the back and the front. As you can see, I went ahead to sew down that 1 inch mark that I made. I've gone ahead to sew it. Now we're going to notch the middle, like this space. Now for our kiss pleats, I'm going to make a notch right here, and then I'm going to bring it to meet the center of this this stitch that we just made. Going to bring it right now to meet this point, and then I'm going to pin that down, and I'm going to go ahead to do the same thing to the other side of the pants. Then we'll go ahead and sew that down, just so that it will give it a nice firm look, like it will stay down. So I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Go ahead and make a notch right here, and I'm going to place it just like this and pin it. Go ahead to the sewing machine and sew that down. I'm going to do the same thing to the back piece as well. So I've done that. As you can see, everything is now laying down nice and smooth. I'm going to go ahead and place these pants, both the back and the front piece together, right sides facing, and I'm going to hem the sides close and also the crotch close. Now I've gone ahead to hem all of those, like to sew all those sides closed, and this is how my pants is looking so far. I've joined everything, and I've left the side for my zipper allowance. Now I'm going to go ahead to put my waistband. So I've gone ahead to measure around my waist, and wherever I have, that is what I cut my band on. And my band, the wideness of my band is 3 inches, so I'm going to sew that down 3 inches, and I'm going to sew it. So now this is how I put my band. I place it on the wrong side of the pants, and I sew it first round. Then I come back and I fold it right here, just like this, and then I bring it to the front side and sew it down. That way the back side is a clean finish and the front as well. After that, I'm going to go ahead to put my zipper and then hem the bottom of my pants, and that will be all. Sorry I couldn't film all of that, I ran out of space. So this is the end result of the pants, and I love how they are so nicely fitted on me. If only I made use of like 2.5 yards, I would have gotten a very good result. I was able to get this result because I have a small waist, so it was able to work and give me this pleat. Please, if your waist is not from 20 something, just make use of 3 yards or 2.5 yards of fabric for a better result. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.